الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله الذي لا يحمد على مكروه. الحمد لله رب العالمين، له الحمد في الأولى وله الحمد في الآخرة وله الحكم وإليه ترجعون. الحمد لله فاطر السماوات والأرض جاعل الملائكة رسلا أولي أجنحة مثنى وثلاث ورباع يزيد في الخلق ما يشاء إن الله على كل شيء قدير. اللهم لك الحمد حتى ترضى ولك الحمد إذا رضيت. اللهم لك الحمد حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه يا رب العالمين، حمدا يليق بجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. اللهم لك الحمد حمد النبيين، حمد المقربين، حمد الصالحين من خلقك إلى يوم الدين. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، عليها نحيا وعليها نموت وبها وعليها نبعث يوم الدين. وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا محمد صلى الله وسلم وبارك عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد كما تنبغي الصلاة عليه، وصل اللهم على سيدنا محمد كما تحب أن يصلى عليه، وصل اللهم على سيدنا محمد كما تحب أن يصلى عليه. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. وارض اللهم عن ساداتنا أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعن الصحابة أجمعين وعن التابعين وتابعيهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين، ثم أما بعد. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, as you all know, we are in the month of Rabi'ulawwal. Rabi'ulawwal, the first spring. It's in Islamic calendar called Rabi'ulawwal. And there is something really important was happening in the month of Rabi'ulawwal. We call it in Arabic Mawlid, al-Mawlad al-Nabawi, or Milad al-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the day Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him born in this month. There is two narrated, it's mentioned Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him born in this month. One of them, al-Mubarak Furi, Safi al-Mubarak Furi, he mentioned it, and he says he born on 9th of Rabi'ulawwal. And the other one, it's really also strong, both of them strong, it says 12th of Rabi'ulawwal, and it's also more authentic. 12 of Rabi'ulawwal. When we talk about Mawlid, or we just say Mawlad al-Nabawi or al-Mawlad, this word itself has some meaning. We all should know it, and we all should know how we celebrate with this. How will not mess up? How will not mess up with the Mawlad al-Nabawi? How we use it proper way? How we celebrate it proper way? The way Prophet Muhammad and his companions and the followers of the companions of Prophet Muhammad him celebrated this day. How we'll take advantage of this time to learn a lot of things and start our knowledge from the Milad al-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the day Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him born. How we'll start learning his seerah and his history, and we'll learn from his habits and his advantage, and what Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him used to tell us we're supposed to follow. So first of all, the word Mawlid or al-Mawlad al-Nabawi means a place Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him born in it, which is Mecca. And also another meaning is the day and the time Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him born in it. So when we look at the word Mawlid and we just like look at it in the Quran, in the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says to Sayyidina Isa and to Sayyidina Yahya, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to Sayyidina Yahya, وَسَلَامٌ عَلَيْهِ يَوْمَ وُلِدَ وَيَوْمَ يَمُوتُ وَيَوْمَ يُبْعَثُ حَيًّا, peace be upon him, the day he born and the day he's going to die, and the day he's going to resurrect. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the peace upon Prophet Yahya, the day he born on it, and it's also on Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the day he sent to him, and the day he sent him and he gave him the message, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he told him, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. The main point, I sent you, or I sent you to the whole world, just because you are mercy for all world. And Allah, dear respected brothers and sisters, when you look at it, just take it as a good start for each one of us. Just this day Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him born, and that we're supposed to learn from his shama'il, from his behavior, from his habits, from his manners. So, and we start to also learn and study the seerah of Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him. I would like to give you just like some glad tidings about Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him when he born. This glad tidings Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him gave it to us the day he the year he born and the day he born. We'll learn a lot from it, and we'll see how Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him, when he comes to this earth and to this world, was blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, was a big favor for all of us. He's the one who take us from darkness, the darkness of worshipping the idols and the animals and the trees, and people just worshipping things, even like cows and a lot of stuff. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He doesn't accept it for the human being to worship it. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descended to Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him. And the first and main glad tidings Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed to us when Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him was 14 windows from the Roman empires was broken. 14 windows from Mulk Kisra was broken, just fell down from Roman Empire. 14 windows. And the fire of those who worship the fire, called Majus, was turned off, was turned out. It's never been out except the day Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him born. Also in the same year, what was happening? When Abraha, Malak al-Habasha, the king of Habasha, was coming of Ethiopia, was coming to destroy Al-Kaaba. This is just this long story. I would like to make it just very short. Was the king of Ethiopia, which is his name Abraha, and he was following some people. His name Arnushar or Arnushar. So he was his king, and then he said to his king, "I'm going to build a very nice Kaaba for you and very nice house for you, and I would like to bring every single person all over the world. Let them visit it instead of visiting Al-Kaaba in Mecca. And I don't want anyone to go over there." And then people doesn't even listen to him. People doesn't go to this new house he built it, and he make it from gold and silver, and he make it a really nice house. And he says it's better than Al-Kaaba, and he started to just decorate it and make a lot of things very good, but still no one even go visit it. And then some of the Arab went over there and then urinate in this house, and they put like a lot of dirt and garbage and mud inside this house he built. And then he insists to go and destroy Al-Kaaba. And he says, just because everybody still goes there, and I built a house better than all these houses and better than Al-Kaaba, and you will still go there, I'm going to destroy Al-Kaaba. And then he prepared a great and big army, and he went to destroy Al-Kaaba. And then was a lot of things and a lot of stories happening in the middle. Just a small one of them was Abu Talib, or Abdul Muttalib, was the grandfather of Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him. He was there in this time, and then he finds the Abraha army was a lot of them coming, like thousands of soldiers, and Abdul Muttalib wasn't having any soldiers or any weapons with him. And then when they come over there, they take 200 camels from Abdul Muttalib, and then Abdul Muttalib went to Abraha, and then he told him, "I just need my camels back." And then Abraha told him, "I will respect you when you come, because I thought you're coming to defend your Kaaba and to defend the Mecca and this holy place for you. Then when you ask me about your camels, I neglect you and I disrespect you when you start to talk to me about camels." And then he says to the people, "Just give him his camels." And then Abdul Muttalib told him, "No, I didn't come just for my camels. I'm coming to tell you, لِلْبَيْتِ رَبٌّ يَحْمِيهِ. This house has a God and has a Lord is going to protect from you and from all enemies." And look at it, brothers and sisters, this was before Islam. He says, لِلْبَيْتِ رَبٌّ يَحْمِيهِ. People even who's not Muslims, they knew there is God. We all should worship. There is one God. We all should follow and worship Him. So, and then he left him and he goes, and then when Abraha tried to destroy the Kaaba with the big elephants you call Mahmoud, the elephant cannot even take one step forward the Kaaba, and then he goes back and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he sent Tayran Ababil, he sent a lot of birds, small birds with small rocks from the hellfire, and then every single bubbles or every single small rock, it's written on it the name of the person is going to come. And then this flux of birds coming, and then every single rock goes to the person, his name on it, and it's dissolved, like it's killed all of them. And when the scholars mention this, they said as somebody who eat food and then he vomiting again, or he just throw up this food, everybody become like the same food after people throw it up. See how those people become like smash, the small rock smash them and crushed all of them. When each rock just touches the person who trying to destroy Al-Kaaba from the army of Abraha. And Abraha also tried to go back, he can't, just because of the disease started to eat his body step by step until he just finished him in the middle of the desert. And no one from all this army goes back to his home, back home again, or goes back to Yemen. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the surah Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. أَلَمْ تَرَ كَيْفَ فَعَلَ رَبُّكَ بِأَصْحَابِ الْفِيلِ أَلَمْ يَجْعَلْ كَيْدَهُمْ فِي تَضْلِيلٍ وَأَرْسَلَ عَلَيْهِمْ طَيْرًا أَبَابِيلَ تَرْمِيهِمْ بِحِجَارَةٍ مِّن سِجِّيلٍ فَجَعَلَهُمْ كَعَصْفٍ مَأْكُولٍ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gave us the example and He gave us the big miracle, and He left the Quran for us to read it and keep reading it for us and for the next generation and for next generation until the day of judgment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, look at those people who are trying to destroy the Kaaba, the people of Al-Fil, and Prophet Muhammad was born in Am Al-Fil, the year of elephant, or Am Al-Fil. So this was big miracle. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in glad tidings, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying to all humanity and to all human beings, I'm going to send the Prophet mercy for all world this year, and he's going to born this year. The minute Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, born, it's called Gharat Buhayrat Sawa. Buhayra, which is like a river of Sawa, was full up with water, and it's all disappeared, and all the churches around it, and was building on the beach of this river, so all was damaged. All of it was destroyed. The day Prophet Muhammad was born. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected the Kaaba. And the minute he born was burning, as our scholar says in the authentic narrated, he born يوم الاثنين الثاني عشر من ربيع الأول, 12th of Rabi'ulawwal, Monday. And then they says after 40 years from the kingdom of Kisra, like the kings, they used to come up one after other, after 40 years from their kingdom, so was Prophet Muhammad upon him born. And also it's Mubarak Kafur, he says, was 22 of April 22, and the year was 571 in English calendar. So, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in this year and in this minute when Prophet Muhammad was born, his grandfather Abdul Muttalib came to him, and then he took him and he carried him and he went to Al-Kaaba, and he started to think of a name. He wants to choose the best name for his son, and then he's just started to think about the name, and the name Muhammad, no one knows it between all Middle East, all the Arab people. No one knows the name of Muhammad. And then he says, I'm going to choose this name for him because I want him to be praised in the heaven and praised in the earth. And when we think of the names of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, has a lot of names. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, his name Muhammad and Ahmed and Al-Mahi and Taha and Yasin and Al-Khatam and Al-Khatim, a lot of names. And Prophet, and all of it gives a really, really good meaning. The name of Prophet Muhammad. So Muhammad, the one who be praised in the heaven and the earth, and Ahmed, the one who praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more than anyone, and Al-Mahi, the one who erased all the darkness and all the mistakes and all those people who worship idols, and all the idols and all the mistakes. And Al-Khatim, and he's the last one, Al-Khatim, Al-Khatam al-Nabiyyin, the last prophet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent to him. So all these names was name of Prophet Muhammad and Muzammil and Muddathir, a lot of names. But the main point here, Abdul Muttalib choosing his name, and this name was not common name between the Arab people. Was not common. So when it was not common name, so everybody just like it left mark in everybody's mind. And Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, after that, his grandfather Abdul Muttalib started to look for somebody who is very good to take him and give him birth in the desert, because over there in the desert it's a healthy weather. So because most of the people who comes to Mecca, they just become it's become like heavy or crowded in Mecca, so they don't want their kids to stay in Mecca just because of the disease and because of the other language. They don't want the Arabic language to be mixed with any other language. That's why they want them to take them with a pure Arabic language out to the desert and just teach them and feed them. Then they become healthy and they knew how to speak Arabic proper way and excellent way, not mixed with Farsi or English or any different language. So this is what his grandfather wants him to learn. And then Halima al-Sa'diyah, she took Prophet Muhammad upon him, and then she gives him the birth and she started to feed him. But the first one who fed Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, it's called Suwayba. Suwayba Mawlat Abu Lahab. So Abu Lahab, he used to have a slave, her name is Suwayba, and she used to feed also Hamza bin Abdul Muttalib. She used to feed Hamza, his uncle. So almost the same age. And then also Abu Salama ibn al-Aqwa, also he used to be like Prophet Muhammad upon him brothers. Both of them, they just she feed both of them. She feed both of them, Prophet Muhammad upon him, and Abu Salama and Hamza ibn Abd al-Muttalib. So, and also after that, when we look at the day Prophet Muhammad upon him born, and we just look at it and at what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us and bestowed on this human being and this humanity, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them this glad tidings when Prophet Muhammad came to the earth and when he born. Also we have another one, his name Masruh. Masruh also was Prophet Muhammad brothers. Masruh. Also he feed also, or he just like Suwayba give him also birth from same time. So also today, brothers and sisters, when we remember Prophet Muhammad upon him date of birth or birthday, so we remember the mercy. We remember the Islam by all the constitution or by all the rules. It comes through Prophet Muhammad upon him. And the day he born, Prophet Jibril, he got ready to start to deliver the message to the earth and the connection to the earth. And the day he died, it was a disconnected between the revelation being disconnected between the heaven and the earth. Also, brothers and sisters, when we look at this one, we find a lot of people who gives a lot of song in the day Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, being born in it. One of the scholars, he says, ولد الهدى فالكائنات ضياء وفم الزمان تبسم وثناء. And the other one he started to say, نبي الهدى يا رسول السلام. And then he says, بمولدك ابتهج العالم. When Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, born, all the world started to smile and to become green. It's not only the life thing, it's non-life either. Everything started to become happy just because Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, born. ولد الهدى فالكائنات ضياء. Everything started to become bright. بمولدك ابتهج العالم وأنت معلمه الأعظم. Every single one who learn or he take knowledge through Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and he becomes scholars after that, he is just like come in the balance of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in the day of the judgment. And then even a lot of scholars who's non-Arab, they come and they say, oh, we have knowledge more than Arab. Then the people or the scholars, Imam Abu Hanifa even is not from Arab. And then they said, okay, they defend the Prophet Muhammad and they said, everybody look back at where is the first source comes from. All these scholars, they are great scholars, they are very good scholars all over the world, but where is the first source comes from? From An-Nabi al-Arabi, Prophet Muhammad himself, he is Arab. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala choosing him how, why, when, why he's not from Afghanistan, or why he's not from Pakistan, why is he not from America, why he's not from here or there. This is ذَلِكَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ يُؤْتِيهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala choosing him from this family, from this country, from this village, from this island, from where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala choosing him. ذَلِكَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ is bounty from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He gave it to whom he wants, and he knows what's the best for all human beings. And the first and the end of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he talks about Salman al-Farisi, or when he talks about anyone who's non-Arab, he says they are one of us. He said Salman minna ahl al-bayt. He's one of us. We لا فرق بين عربي ولا عجمي إلا بالتقوى. It's no different between Arab or Ajam, or between East or West or anywhere. All of us the same, except just who's better, who has more fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more, and who's getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more. He's the best to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولكم الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى. الحمد لله غافر الذنب وقابل التوب شديد العقاب ذو الطول لا اله الا هو اليه المصير. ما يجادل في ايات الله الا الذين كفروا فلا غرة تقلبهم في البلاد. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, just I would like to end our conclusion or our consequence today with a couple of things. First of all, and the first advice, the seerah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The day he born and what he comes to us with, we're supposed to spend the time to read his seerah. We're supposed to spend some time to read about his history. What is the miracles about Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was happening with him, and what Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, did for us, how he sacrificed for us. The Islam didn't come easy to us as we think. The Islam came with the blood, a lot of blood being spilled to protect the Islam, and with the Islam comes to us in this way. So, my dear respected brothers and sisters, the first thing we should learn it today, reading the seerah and the history of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It's clear to all of us, inshallah, and we should put time and give time for these things. We can sit here and read the seerah of Prophet Muhammad and learn from it. Second thing is, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, one day he was fasting, was Monday, and then people asked him, why you fast, Ya Rasulullah? Rasulullah, he said, ذَاكَ يَوْمٌ وُلِدْتُ فِيهِ. So it's no celebration, and people sitting or song or just saying Allah, Ya Allah, or all this stuff, it's not coming, and it's not in the Sunnah, and this is not what is the followers of Prophet Muhammad did. We're not supposed to sit and read or song or read poem or do anything, no. The Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad to fast. When people ask him why you're fasting this day, he says, ذَاكَ يَوْمٌ وُلِدْتُ فِيهِ, because I born in this day. No more, no less. And if things Prophet Muhammad didn't do it, and the followers of him and his companions didn't do it, we shouldn't do it. Because it will be innovation. And we don't need any innovation in our Islam. We don't need bid'ah in our Islam. Our Islam is clear, and what Prophet Muhammad did and teach his companions to do, just we do it. If his companions, they didn't do it, you're not closer to Prophet Muhammad more than his companions. And you didn't understand me and you and all those people around us. They didn't understand the Prophet Muhammad more than Umar ibn al-Khattab and more than Abu Bakr. They knew Prophet Muhammad more than us. And they accompanied him more than us. And they saw him and they learned from him. And Prophet Muhammad himself didn't do it. And it's nothing mentioned in the Quran for like celebration or just to sit or song or make all these innovations. So So the first thing, reading the seerah of Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him. Second, it's to fast this day, which is the Monday when it comes on 12, or just you can fast the day you think Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him, he born in it. So this is a real celebration, and it's what we're supposed to do. Also, Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him, when he born, it's, you call in Arabic يستسقى الغمام بوجهه. يستسقى الغمام بوجهه. When it's no rain, they just take Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him when he was a child, and they just like Abi Talib, his uncle Abi Talib, he take him and he take him under his arm, and then he started to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send the rain. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the rain, and the scholars mention this as it says وَأَبْيَضٌ يُسْتَسْقَى الْغَمَامُ بِوَجْهِهِ. He's white and his face is white, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the rain to us just because of him. So, and also the signs when Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him born Sayyidina Anas and Sayyidina Abu Salama, he mentioned this hadith. They said one of the Jewish people one day was in Medina, and then Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him was born in the same day, and then he found a Jewish person who just came out and started to scream, and he says طلع اليوم نجم أحمد. طلع اليوم نجم أحمد. And then he started to just scream, and then everybody just was wondering what meaning was طلع نجم أحمد. طلع نجم أحمد means a star. Every prophet has a star. When it comes, means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent him, and he born in this day. So, and this is written in the Torah, the book of the Jewish book. So, and then one day, the day Prophet Muhammad upon him born, they find one of the Jewish was just walking on the street and screaming and says طلع اليوم نجم أحمد. The day the stars of Ahmed, or Prophet Muhammad upon him, being raised, and it's appeared today, and it's never came before. So the Jewish people knew he born in the same day. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, not only this, you can go further than this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says الذين أتيناهم الكتاب يعرفونه كما يعرفون أبناءهم. Those people of book, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them knowledge. They knew Prophet Muhammad upon him more than their sons and their own kids. They knew Prophet Muhammad more than their own kids. To give you an example on this, Buhayra al-Rahib. Buhayra al-Rahib was one of the big priests. He was a big priest and big like a scholars. He used to worship in the way to Damascus. He used to have his tent or his own house. And then one day, Sayyidina Abu Talib, he took his son or his nephews with him. And then when they were going to a business trip, and then in the middle of the way, Buhayra al-Rahib was sitting in his tent or in his house, and then he looked, he finds the cloudy above Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him, and the trees started to prostrate for him. And then he never came out to any group, but this time he came out, just because Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him, he was in between them. And then he says, he takes Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him, and he says, he's going to lead the Arab and Ajam, he's going to lead whole world. And then Abu Talib, he worried about him, and then he sent him back.